Hey, what's slicing, everyone? Chris back with CAC Knives with a knife review and overview to share with you guys today. Really cool, exciting one on the screen today. Definitely one of my favorites. This is the Kubey KB235. Heavily customized by, in my opinion, one of the best American anodizers on the market, maybe even the best. Colin from Colin's Crazy Creations here. He has a Facebook group that I am also in. Go check it out, guys, if you want some crazy work done to titanium for, between 100 to 150 bucks. He is your man. We're going to review the knife and kind of show off his anodizing while we do it. The original knife obviously doesn't come looking like this. However, it does come with different layers here. In the titanium, it has a smooth layer, and then it has smooth layers here, which instead of that, he kind of rock carved those areas for me. After some discussion, we went with purple and gold, and I'm trying my best to show it on the camera. It's a lot more gold color than the yellow color that might be showing up through the camera. But yeah, before we really get into the knife, let's just show you that this is really something. Okay, so this knife is 14C28N as the blade steel, full titanium constructions, including the hardware. And just look at this packaging, guys. This is one of the cheapest knives on the market, by the way. That's good quality that you can get full titanium with, just in case you were wondering. But we got a nice box sleeve there, along with, if you ever see the gold Kubey, you probably have a nicer Kubey knife here in your hands. You got our famous Do Not Eat, and a nice cloth in there. And, this is all it really takes. Like, if Kubey can do it, why can't everybody else do it? It's just that simple. I love the keep away from children on the side there. But, yeah, let's get into this knife here. Let's get some size comparisons out of the way real quick. This is a larger knife in terms of length, as here is the Tenacious, which has a little bit smaller. Let's get the pivots lined up here. A little bit smaller blade length and handle length. I know it's always kind of hard to tell here with the camera view, but is a little bit smaller handle. Got the rat too, and I always like to do some switching around because these top-down views can always be heavily misleading. There you can kind of see that the Tenacious is smaller, and the rat 2 is definitely smaller. And then we got the Civivi Elementum here, along with the also custom anodized QSP Penguin. And this anodizing was done by Blades We Love, who's another American anodizer that is very good at what he does. Both of these guys, well, now Colin's wife also helps him, I guess. But both of these guys are USA anodizers, and you just kind of got to contact them. Blades We Love has a eBay store that he sells through and a website. Colin, you just kind of get a hold of him on Facebook and talk to him, and he'll hook you up. He has a lot of knives even in stock. He's actually doing another one for me right now as we speak, which is very exciting. So you will be seeing another knife of his in different color combinations very soon. But as far as the Kubey goes, wow, this is... it's the cheapest you're going to find a good quality titanium knife backed by a good, well-known brand, meaning Kubey, for this price range. 14C 28N is a good steal for this price. The knife is on bearings, clearly. It's a very good size, very good weight. It is carved out in there. You can see it in there to help reduce that weight. It does have a titanium clip, clearly, or he wouldn't have been able to do that. Very good clip. It's sturdy, but it's also not too sturdy to the point where it's going to rip your pocket. As you can see, Colin did some really cool, love that gold that shows through in certain lights on that clip. He did such a good job. It's just mind-blowing what some people can do with knives. I'll tell you what. I mean, between this and, you know, my my zombie rat and, you know, my penguin, I just things that people do with knives nowadays. We are living in such a cool era. I just can't even describe how mind blown I am. And there's another knife I have here on the side that I'm waiting on a screw set for that is also pretty heavily customized by somebody else. It's actually a CRKT, and I'm pretty excited to show that off on the channel eventually as well. But I need that screw set first. I don't show builds on my channel unless I have them complete, and it's just the thing I like to do. I think it's more fun to have a knife that's only yours than you know, have the same knife everybody else has. I don't like that plain Jane black handle normal blade or plain titanium. I don't like all that. That's just not me. I like my builds to be unique and wild, and that reflects in my collection for sure. But the knife itself, for $70, you aren't going to beat this. It's very smooth, good blade steel. The knife is very sharp right out of the box. It is a frame lock, which a lot of times I stay away from frame locks. So this frame lock is very well done. I'm never pushing on the lock when I deploy the knife. I think these little triangles, I get they were trying to make it look cool, but you know, I'd rather them, if you're gonna have this much blade showing, you know, give me something I can reverse flick. If that would have been reverse flickable, this knife would have been a million out of a million, and it would have been what I call a perfect knife, hitting all the parameters. But it's barely just lacking on that point. My example of a perfect knife, this is Civivi Gordo. It hits every parameter in the book for a perfect knife. Has a high fidget factor, is worth its price, good quality, and you know, it's a 10 out of 10. Where this is literally just a 9.9 out of 10, just because of the fact that I can't reverse flick it, or at least open it more than just a flipper. You know, just a flipper's fine, but it makes that fidget factor go away. You know, which isn't an important thing for everyday people, so I get it. But, you know, for us knife collectors, we like to play with our knives. Lack of a better word. But yeah, there is a lot of special work done to the knife. Originally, you know, you got them cool custom pivots on both sides. You got some cool different work going on the blade. The quality fit and finish from Kubey, as always, is perfect. You don't see those weird things that CRKT does where the lines aren't lining up. It is very comfortable, very good size, very good weight for it being all titanium. The only thing I think that isn't titanium, it must not be because he didn't anodize it, is these barrel spacers, because see, they're still silver. And I believe that's the only thing that's not titanium. Even the screw on the little stop pin screw there on the frame was titanium, because he was able to anodize that gold, which is kind of hard to see on the camera, but in person it's gold. But that's just, God, $70. I can't even imagine. Like 5 years ago, I think it was about 5 years ago, when I first got into the knife game, even this would have been like impossible to find. You can buy like those Amazon brands like Obby and stuff with full titanium. You can buy them for probably about $60 sometimes. They're not full titanium. They have titanium handles. Not to say that they're a bad brand, because I've never actually tried them, so I don't really speak on brands that I've never actually had and held in my hand before. But I personally would pay $10 more for it to be Kubey branded. Now, the other build he's doing for me is a Tucson, and Tucson also makes a lot of good quality. There's a few bad ones out there that I've seen and heard of, stuff like that. But for the most part, Tucson makes a lot of titanium knives. With blade steel, probably around the same thing, 14C28N. Or D2, I'm sure, is thrown in there sometimes. But D2 is kind of being kicked out by these companies and replaced by 14C28N. So we're kind of starting to see that happen. Let's give a look at the titanium. Even if you don't want to do some crazy anodizing for $70, would I recommend this knife? Oh, 100%. 100%. There is no doubt in my mind. I'd probably recommend that this may be the best price knife in existence now that I own. As terms of materials per price point, it just insane. I know, who was it? Was it the Boker Lancer, I want to say? Had S35V in full titanium for $30 some, and I had a pretty cool custom knife that I unfortunately sold and probably will never see again. Should have kept that one for sure. But I had a pretty cool one of those, and I'd say that's the best quality knife out there on the market. The only problem with that knife was I can't remember if it was only front flipper deployment and thumb stud deployment, which I don't really care for either one of those. I like flippers, and I like reverse flick, and I like shark lock, and I like button lock and axis lock. Those are all my things. Thumb studs and front flippers are my two avoids, I guess. If it only has a thumb stud on this side and it doesn't have one on the other side for me to be able to reverse flick it, unless I really like the knife, I don't buy it. I don't know. I just don't like to do it for some reason. Just personal preferences there, though. But let's before we end the video, let's give a good look at this anodization. Some things are hard to see in person. He did purple and gold the pivot, which is the pivots and the screws are the hardest things to notice in person. I love this gold line he did down the middle there. So cool. And you can see the gold lines creeping in through the purple. As well as the gold and purple mix here on the carvings all around, all sides. He did the whole thing purple all around, as you can see there. And then on the reverse side, he did similar things. He did gold in the line. He tried to do some gold. He did do some gold down in the crevices there on both sides, which is very cool, of the frame lock. He did the same kind of carving thing going on, and then the clip might be my favorite part of the whole knife. He did this gold layer all around the clip, and then he did them gold serrations inside, which is just cool, man. That's just so cool, and it really matches the knife really well. I absolutely love this knife. Love the looks of it. Nobody on YouTube is going to know this, but my high school colors were purple and gold, so it just kind of suited me. But yeah, that is the Kubey, what's this number? KB235F. I 100% recommend it. I give the knife 0 flaws, honestly. I have not been able to find something wrong with it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you own a knife from Colin's Crazy Creations? I've seen a lot of his stuff, and he has a lot of work out there now. He's kind of growing popular in the knife world because of how good his work is, and how quickly he is able to do it and get it done and make it still look amazing. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you like seeing all my crazy builds and like exploring the knife world with me, consider subscribing. But with that, I'll leave you guys to it, and I'll see you in the next video.